Hi, I'm Stargate Pioneer.
And I'm Steven Jondrew, and we're from Better Podcasting, a proud member of the Gonna Geek Network.
Just like the show you're listening to now.
The opinions expressed are those of the individual host.
Check out all the other podcasts at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
And get ready, because geekiness begins in 3,
2,
1.
Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 568 of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. This is recorded live on Thursday evening, August 1st, 2024. My name is Chris. I am joined by the usual band of misfits. We'll start first, Mr. Anthony Bachman.
It's hot. It's damn hot. What, were you born in the sun?
I mean, it is too hot right now. That's fair.
Yeah. It's like 105 today.
Yeah, F that. I'm not having that, and I'm willing to bet rather that Mr. Willie D. Nelson not having none of that shit either.
It seems I only suffer fools for the time being, so continue.
Boy, you're on the right show if you're here to suffer fools. I got 3 fools for you right here. And this week we're going to talk about Comic-Con here in a little bit. You guys had to expect that. It's been Comic-Con week. There's been all sorts of shit that came out. The internet's all in a kerfuffle for reasons that escape me, but we'll talk about that later when we get into the news. Before we get there, how you fellas doing?
Suffering fools. Did I not just say? I
Good
don't know
other than
why
it
it's all.
being hot. Good other than it being hot.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the heat.
Trying to get used to working 410s. I love my long weekends. Still not a fan of my long days, but
That last long day is probably the worst one.
yeah, it makes for a long, long day, but it's not that bad. And yeah, and honestly, the way our system is set up, like the majority of our work is done on the first day because that's the crossover day where everybody else from the first half of the week is there on Wednesday, and we start on Wednesday. So everybody's there on Wednesday, so the most work gets done on Wednesday. By the time we get down to Saturday, it's kind of a light day. It's kind of nice. It's actually a really good fucking job. I'm so happy. I'm just waiting for my first full paycheck to show up tomorrow, so find out how happy I really am. But
Yeah,
it's the most I've ever been paid anywhere, so that can't be a bad thing.
Yeah, it sounds like that's a good thing to me. You like the job, but it seems to pay well, and it allows you to pay for your more expensive geek hobbies, because we know Warhammer ain't cheap.
Oh, it murders my wallet. It tries to kill it every week. Every week. It murders the hell out of it.
So no, I should probably keep that. That's probably too illegal to talk about.
Oh, yeah, let's.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, I was just going to
gotta
say you can make Warhammer cheaper by getting a 3D printer.
What's a little bit of copyright fraud amongst friends or trademark infringement amongst friends?
No, and there's still that.
Everybody.
There's still that, like, they're still at the point where it's still cheaper to just buy models off the sprue than the investment it takes to get the really, really good. And then you're also having to deal with resin versus plastic. And then, like, even sanding, you need to wear a mask. Because the 3D printers that are printing those high-res, really good miniatures that look like Warhammer, that's not plastic. That's resin. And then it has to be cured. It has to be cleaned. It has to be UV cured. And it has to, like, if you do any sanding with it, like, you have to wear a mask. Like, there's fumes that are way worse. So, it's, yeah, the cost balance isn't quite there yet, but it is getting close. It's close enough. A lot of the podcasts I listen to are like GW Games Workshop has got maybe like 5 to 10 years before they're really going to have to worry about like raising prices again, where people are going to be like, yeah, I'll just print them myself. Because really the only thing you need official Warhammer minis for is to play in an official Warhammer tournament. Other than that, yeah, you can print anything and just call it a proxy.
And there's a lot of places now, like public libraries have 3D printers that you can pay to use and stuff. So you don't even need one at home in theory. You could go to your local public library and print off your Warhammer pieces or whatever other thing it is that you have the plans for to print on a 3D printer.
Yeah, the stuff I really like seeing that I've looked at, because there's so many like artists that do Patreons and stuff, especially with Warhammer, there's so much of it where it's like, oh, hey, we don't do like full minifigs, but like here's our pack of accessories for like 20 Chaos Space Marines. So like you buy the regular set and then like, oh, you use this arm instead of the one that's in the box. And then it's like extra cool. It has extra stuff on it. And so, yeah, the number of like Patreons and like websites that sell like the STL files to print stuff like that, it's insane. There's billions of them. Like you could spend a day just looking at like every version of like an orc truck that you can just print, and like that'd be your whole day. Your whole day. That's just one vehicle for one arm. Like it's great.
Grave digger one, right?
Oh, you can do. I've seen all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, they've done like straight up like monster truck replicas, and then just have an orc sticking out the window, like waving as he's driving. They're awesome.
It just reminds me of those shirts from the 90s that has that weird troll thing riding the truck and looks weird. I don't know if you remember. It kind of has that Beavis and Butthead type of design to it.
Yeah, it was the throw off of the old Rat Finks from the...
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the 90s, they brought back kind of the Rat Fink aesthetic for a while.
That is true. That's exactly what that's what I pictured in my head when you said it, just like sticking, riding out the monster truck. Woo.
Yeah. Those are actually, the original was called Rat Fink.
Yeah, I know I heard that term.
Yeah, but I mean, if you dive, I mean, I've gone on there's a website that's literally called Daka Daka Daka, which is the sound that orcs make when they're shooting. Daka Daka Daka. Orcs like more Daka. More Daka means more shooting.
I have played Doki Doki Panic, what we call Mario Brothers 2. They made Doki Doki Panic, and they just brought it to America, and that's what they call Super Mario Brothers 2.
Doki Doki Daka Daka.
This is starting to sound really racist.
A little bit.
But it's not. Let's clarify.
It's a full Warhammer website. Joke, and like just going on just that one website and just going under like one forum heading, like you can spend a whole day in there. It's insane. Like the dive into Warhammer is a deep, deep pool, and it is very wide. Like there's so much.
Look, I'm just ensuring we don't get canceled before episode 600. We got 38 more to go, 32 more to go.
I thought the goal was to be canceled before 600.
No, it'd be canceled before 666.
Why? Why do we want to be canceled before that?
I hope we get canceled on episode 666, to be honest.
I hope we do just an all-omen episode on 666.
Hey, I just had a plan for 666.
I mean, it's like a year and a half away, so we're going to forget. Let's be honest here. We're going to plan. We'll have some smart idea. Then the night of, we'll be like, oh, shit, weren't we going to do something that we like a year ago?
And then I'll wing it.
I'll see. I'm just ready for 777 because that's for Nurgle. That's the number of Nurgle is 7s in Warhammer. So
you're pretty confident.
The god of pestilence. Yeah.
You're pretty confident in our staying power if you think we're going to make it to 777 at this point.
I don't agree how he's throwing that N-word around so much.
Nurgle?
Jesus, man, we're in company.
Yeah, I'll say Nurgle all day. Papa Nurgle is proud.
The hard R, too.
Oh, we're going to get so canceled. Hey, perfect time to join us, Ernesto.
Ernesto.
As we're about to get canceled.
Listen. Didn't they bring back that community episode?
They did.
When they brought up elf.
He's a night drow
dark elf. Or that is.
Yeah, well, I said blackface elf. Because that's what they called him, and that's why they took it out.
Man, we talked about it when that happened. It still killed me because it's one of the best episodes there, and it got killed because
that's the suicide episode, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the episode where they try to keep a kid from committing suicide.
Yeah,
by playing D&D.
It's one of the best things I think Dan Harmon's ever written, and then they take it out because of what Senor Chang was doing. Yeah, it was so.
And he was perfectly right for doing so because those.
Yeah, because it wasn't racist. He was a night elf drow. Like, so dumb. People are ridiculous.
The comedy was playing on people's misconceptions that he was being racist when in fact he wasn't. But evidently,
here, let me be the most controversial by also not being controversial. This is why I hate SJWs. But I also hate the anti-SJWs because both sides take it way too far. Just chill the fuck out, man. What the fuck's wrong with you?
We're working on getting canceled. Willie hates both.
There we go.
SJWs and
take it too far.
non-SJWs. Leaving us a very narrow middle ground there of people that he doesn't hate.
Usually the anti-SJWs are bigoted assholes, but the SJWs are fucking take things way too far. Like, that drow's a blackface. No, it's not. It's a drow. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Taking things too far. But that side also takes things way too far too. So fuck them both.
Right then.
Suck my taint.
I used to have an audio clip for that, but I don't have it loaded up currently.
Good. So you do still have an audio clip for it. You just don't have it loaded up.
Oh, I thought you were saying you still have a taint. Like last time
there's a reason I stopped using the soundboard,
which was 2 minutes ago.
Well, that wasn't the soundboard. The soundboard's actually disconnected from this current rig. It's not even hooked in. No, it's literally on the floor down there to go into a box for storage.
Oh no, I said hand check, and I said, oh, for your audio listeners, I'm shaking my head. No.
Oh my!
How can you call for a hand check and then not do it yourself? That's just weird.
Weird Willie, what do you want from me?
Fair enough.
We're going for alliteration now, and that concerns me.
Well, one of my favorite racing games was Test Drive, Eva Destruction, and you could give your character, like, it had a bunch of set names that you could do it, and the announcer would say it. And of course, I saw Willie on there, but it all had a couple other things. Like there was like Cletus, because it was like one of those type games. And my name was Wrong Way Willie. So every time they announced my name, it was like, here comes Wrong Way Willie in first place.
Yeah, but it wasn't actually first place.
No, it was. I mean, that game was so fun. So fun.
Willie, it was like fifth place. Don't lie.
Oh, no. Because if it ever got that, I just reset it until I got first.
Okay,
yeah, like everyone does. I gotta pass it to go further. It's not a roguelike.
I don't know what I was thinking.
I'd never do.
Live life like Willie. Don't think it's safer that way.
Yeah. I think it's overrated.
I wouldn't recommend it. I really wouldn't recommend it.
But when have we ever listened to you?
Thank you. You shouldn't.
Well, we listen to you when it comes to Mountain Dew recommendations in the Willie Dew report.
I'll just tell you what it tastes like. I'm not telling you to try. I mean, if you like gummy worms, try Liberty Chip because it's.
I haven't seen new Mountain Dews lately, Willie. It's very disappointing.
I mean, I got regular ones.
Just the regular. Going old school tonight.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Mountain Dew, if you want to sponsor us, you know where to find us.
Pepsi, you're right down the road from me. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
Just add us on something that isn't the old Bird app because none of us really use it.
Pepsi Cola, what are you doing? Why are you still wearing pants? Let's do this thing.
Pepsi Cola, the number 3 soft drink soda vendor in the country now.
No, wait.
Yes.
What's second?
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Is Dr. Pepper its own thing?
It's Dr. Pepper Snapple, I think.
Wait, I thought... No, Coke owns Lipton, right?
I believe so.
It's all so confusing, who owns who. Like, doesn't... Coke also owns Monster? Or is Monster its own thing? I can't remember. I know Coke owns Dasani, right?
I thought Pepsi owned Dasani.
I don't know. I know Nestle's a piece of shit, but that's all I know.
Yeah. Because Nestle it's Aquafina, right? They're trying to buy up water rights.
Or was Pepsi Aquafina? I don't know.
Yeah, there's too many companies with other company names. It's ridiculous.
So the factor I was giving you was in sales, but if we go to popularity as of USA Today, number 1 is Coca-Cola, and tied for second is Dr. Pepper and Pepsi. Ties for number 2 in popularity.
I still say Pepsi's better than Coke. People, pull your head out of your ass.
I agree.
It's Coke, so it just has to be better. Does it actually taste better? And if it does, hey, that's all. Yeah, that's cool. But does it actually, or are you just brainwashed?
Number 3 is Diet Coke, or excuse me, Sprite. Number 4 is Diet Coke. Number 5 is the Mountain Dew.
What is wrong with you people?
Number 6 is Coke Zero. Number 7 is Diet Pepsi. Number 8 is Fanta. And number 9, Canada Dry Ginger Ale for the...
How did that break the top 10? That's
top
ridiculous.
10 sodas ranked in popularity in the United States. This list is current as of June 2024.
I don't know why so many people are wrong.
There's lots of reasons.
I mean, trust me, I went to the Coca-Cola place in Atlanta. That was an amazing time, but that was in 1999? That sounds about right.
That was around the same time I think I went.
Yeah, it was a fun, enjoyable time. Might have been 1998. It was somewhere around there. But it was an amazing time. But once again,
and I slightly misspoke.
This is better.
The company name is Keurig Dr. Pepper, and I believe it also owns Snapple.
Keurig
owns Dr. Pepper.
Or does Dr. Pepper own Keurig? I don't know which one's which. I mean, which one's the top dog?
I think they merged, hence the name Keurig Dr. Pepper.
Which one's the top and which one's the bottom?
Well, the way it's listed, Keurig is on top. It's just what the logo looks like. I don't know what you want from me here. Trying to make this all dirtified.
Come on, DP is DP.
Tell us about your DP, Chris.
Well, Deadpool, he's got many movies in a video game that is exceedingly popular and is expensive on the secondary market now because they didn't re-release it. So if you can buy a copy of it on either the original console generation it came out or the re-releases that came out in the previous generation, both are going for fairly decent money on the secondary market. So if you have a copy of Deadpool, the video game, please feel free to sell it. They did relist it on Steam temporarily, and a bunch of people bought it there too.
I also heard it's a pretty mediocre game.
I had fun with it. I mean, it's not a great game, but it's fun.
Mediocre's not bad. It's just... I mean, you have Nolan North being the voice of Deadpool, and he even shows up on a voice thing because Deadpool calls him like, "Hey, you got to be the voice of Deadpool," and he's just talking to himself. It's just hilarious.
It's a fun game.
I never played it, but I've seen clips.
I think I have the Xbox One version and the Xbox 360 version somewhere in the house because I bought it again because it was at some used game shop that was going out of business that I had store credit in. So I was like, I got to burn my store credit before they close. I'm like, oh, okay, Deadpool. I'll just get the remaster. Cool.
Yeah, back when they put those games back, I think it was Activision. They finally put out the stuff again just to get some more. They repaid for the license or whatever. That's when I got the digital versions of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 for the PS4 digitally.
Same here. The problem is they have not re-released the Deadpool game digitally on Xbox and PlayStation. I don't even think it's backwards compatible in the current generation of systems. But I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, it is on PS5. Is it? That I'm assuming because there's only like a handful of games that won't work backwards capable on PS5 from the PS4.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was one of them that didn't work, but I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Like a list of like 10 or 13 games that just won't work. They tried everything they could and they just won't work for some reason or another. Yeah, it was like a very short list. I forget all of them. It was a while ago when the PS5 came out, man. Come on.
It makes his brain hurt.
No, it's just the information is not there. My brain doesn't work like that.
Your brain didn't retain it. You're like Homer Simpson. Every time you learn something new, it pushes something old out of your head.
Yeah, it's because the crayon that's shoved up the nose.
Mm-hmm. It sounds comfortable.
I forget what color it was. Might have been daffodil.
We can go with that.
Yeah, why not?
We'll go with that.
It's just a fun word to say.
We'll go with the daffodil crown. Yes.
Yeah, listeners, go ahead and say it. Say daffodil. It's fun. I'll wait.
We'll wait a second. Thanks for saying that. We appreciate it. Thanks for being a part of the joke.
Yeah, daffodil.
We like daffodils. We also like the news of the week.
Live from the ATGN studios on the internet, it's the news of the week.
That's right. It's the news of the week. That part of the show where we run down what is in our minds some most interesting geeky or nerdy news to have popped up here in the past week or so. And let's be honest here, we teased it at the top of the show. You guys know it too. It's Comic-Con week. We're probably going to talk about a bunch of stuff that came out of Comic-Con, and we'll not be able to touch on everything that came out of Comic-Con because there's so much kind of information that comes out of there. I do, however, to help this conversation, just have an article up on Polygon.com, which is all of the major news and announcements from Comic-Con that we can kind of scroll through and discuss as we go. It'll be
that works.
Sometimes I know what's going on. Only sometimes though. But it looks like it's reverse sorted, so it has like all the Marvel stuff at the top.
Well, I mean,
Nice.
I mean, the other stuff is there.
Are we going to hit on the Marvel stuff that's also spoilers for Deadpool?
No spoilers for Deadpool. We got to continue our normal trend of no spoilers the week a movie comes out.
Can I actually say something about Deadpool?
Please.
No plot spoilers.
Okay.
All right. Like the song "Like a Prayer" is in Deadpool 3 or Deadpool and Wolverine. Yes. That's fair to say, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when Deadpool 2 came out, about a month and a half before it came out, I think I listened to my Discover Weekly and it had Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 on there. I was like, awesome, let me add that to my playlist. And the Deadpool 2 comes out and there's a whole montage with fucking 9 to 5 in it. I'm like, people now could think I'm a hipster just adding on there because of that, but whatever. About a month and a half ago, I add like a prayer to my playlist because it came out and it was like, it popped up and I was like, yeah, this is a banger. I'm going to put this on my playlist. I haven't heard this in forever. And once again, another montage with Like a Prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking timing. How does it work like that? How?
Your Deadpool movie soundtrack clairvoyant? That's
I guess
a very
so.
limited superpower.
I mean, only like a month out from a movie release too. So
yeah, only a month out.
I would debate whether it was super or not. I would say it's just a thing.
It's his special power.
That song was used.
Yeah, I'll give you that's special. That's
the song was used very well.
Special.
Though. It was great.
Yeah, one of the things they did do at the Marvel panel is bring in a bunch of the people that had cameos in Deadpool and kind of announced the world after they did a screening of it in Hall H2, I believe. We're not going to discuss any of those spoilers there because, as is traditional policy on this show, you get a week before we'll talk about the spoilers of a new release movie. So,
and there are
you're safe.
So many. There are so many.
There really are. All right, so let's go through the announcements. The first, since we're going in reverse order sort of on this guide, I have pulled up an article that they linked to that is everything announced at Marvel's SDCC 2024 panel. So let's talk that one real quick. Let's see.
Yeah, nerds got things to say about nerdy things.
Yeah, as we'd seen Hollywood Reporter announce, it became official. The Russos are returning for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, the next two movies in the series. Rumors are they're making $40 million, I think, from what I'd read online for that return.
Wait. 40 million for the whole deal? Or 40 million per person per movie?
That I don't recall. I just remember the 40 mil, and it's not saying here. And I don't know that it's actually been officially confirmed, to be fair.
That's a huge difference, whether it's $40 million per brother per movie, because you're talking $160 million. Or is it $40 million total, and you're talking $10 million per brother per movie?
My guess is...
they get paid equally?
I mean,
why not? Why wouldn't they?
They're partners.
They're a directing pair. Yeah,
I don't know, man. Maybe they're just. I don't know. Do you know them personally? Do you know how they act? They do business. I didn't think so. I just had a question. Jesus Christ, what's with the attack?
Now,
they're a directing pair. Yeah, they should get the same paycheck.
I mean, what we did find out about the upcoming Avengers movies is the titles have changed. Because remember, it was supposed to be like the Kang Dynasty.
Yeah.
Well, we all kind of expected that when Jonathan Majors' arrest went through and the charges went through.
Bye, Kang.
And they kind of sort of wrote him out, made it so that Loki 2 could act as a way to write him off without officially doing so. He may not be back. Yeah, he not coming back. Avengers 5 is now called Avengers Doomsday, and Avengers 6, Avengers Secret Wars. So with a name like Doomsday, kind of makes you think that Doom. One Victor Von Doom is going to be in the movie. And I say that on purpose because they revealed the actor to be playing Dr. Doom. Kevin Feige. One second. Kevin Feige made a big point of saying they are Victor Von Doom. Now, there are fan theories floating around that this person is a variant, but Feige point blank said that Victor Von Doom will be played by none other than, and they appeared at Comic-Con, Robert Downey Jr.
That part I didn't hear. You said they were a variant?
Some people online are theorizing that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said.
And the reason I brought up Feige's statement is he was quite clear in saying that he is playing Victor Von Doom. And a lot of people are like, it's just going to be a variant of Tony Stark, isn't it? And I'm like, well, Feige said Victor Von Doom.
Yeah, the internet jumped on the idea that it was a Tony Stark variant, like Superior Iron Man turned Doom. It's like, no, it's Victor Von Doom.
I don't know.
I mean, it works because they did say the Fantastic Four would be appearing in the next 2 Avengers movies after their own movie. In addition to, I believe they mentioned the Thunderbolts. So if you're going to have the Fantastic Four, you do need Victor Von Doom. You need Dr. Doom to be in it too.
Yep. If you're going to do the FF right, you need Doom.
Well, they got Pedro Pascal. They're doing him right.
I hope so.
Yeah.
He is the universe's, the galaxy's best dad. So now he has a chance to be the galaxy's best dad again.
I mean, you also have the dude from The Bear. You also have the dude from Stranger Things. I don't know her. What has she been? Yeah, what has she been in
Mission Impossible? She's been in The Crown. She was in Hobbs.
Was she in that last one? That last Mission Impossible?
Yeah, Dead Reckoning.
Dark haired?
I believe.
She like the main lead?
No, that's Haley Atwell.
Dark hair. Yeah, it's Haley Atwell.
That was Haley Atwell? Oh, yeah, that was right.
Yeah. She's the blonde who was like the smuggler. Who Haley Atwell copies her face and becomes her for part of the movie.
I think I remember
she was
that,
also Jason Statham's sister in Hobbs versus Shaw.
Oh, I
she
saw that once in theaters too.
Yeah, she was the spy that got robbed by Idris Elba when he was a Black Superman.
I mean, Idris Elba.
So Fantastic Four First Steps also began filming this week, I think, too. So like Pedro was there with his Reed Richards haircut. They showed it was not put out publicly, but if you saw it, because Threads has terrible DMCA takedown notice capability, the previs reel that they'd put together for a concept of how they would do Fantastic Four did leak, and it was pretty cool seeing some of the stuff they'd put together for that. They did also show off a bunch of concept art and stuff for the alt 1960s world of the Fantastic Four that's being created,
including the Fantasticar.
Now, friendly reminder: they don't exist in our time. In our what is this? The sacred timeline, I guess, is the right term in this universe.
I still have problems with that. I am still angry that the MCU is the 616. Feige, this is the one thing you're a fucking idiot about. You're a fucking idiot.
So I bring all that up to say Fantastic Four, in addition to many other heroes, will be appearing in the Avengers movies. They have not said who many of them are. In fact, I think Jeremy Renner was even asked, hey, do you know who all is coming back? And he said something to the effect of, no clue. It's probably hard to get us all to come back.
Let's say, is Jeremy Renner coming back? Like, what?
Yeah, I don't even think he committed to coming back.
Who asked Jeremy Renner? Why?
He's doing press tours for other stuff too, I think.
Yeah, I know he got injured and stuff.
And he just went back to work, and it was a big deal because it was him going back to work like fully healed up after his massive injury. They brought back, was it the mayor of Kingstown or whatever it is, that show he's been doing? Yeah.
Oh, that's a show?
Yes.
Yeah.
On Paramount Plus.
Oh.
So the big news and what has caused the internet to tailspin, with people taking obvious extremes here, is Robert Downey Jr. coming in to play Dr. Doom, and everyone's like, well, everyone knows him as Iron Man. We can't see him as other things. And my favorite retort is, he's just coming back because he's not doing well. I'm like, dude, he just won an Academy Award.
Yeah, he just won an
Academy Award.
You can't say he's not doing well. Or that he needs money. Yeah.
If anything, it was Marvel going, hey, we're in trouble right now based on perception of things. Let's reach out to the Russo brothers. Cool, they want to come back. Russo brothers want to do Doom. Oh, and the Russo brothers want to cast Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. Cool, how much is that going to cost? By all accounts, for both movies, $80 million on top of a bunch of other perks and things like that.
Yeah, back up the Disney truck.
That being said, Robert Downey Jr. is a damn good actor. And you know what? I'm pretty sure he's going to make it so that when you see him on screen, you don't think of him as Tony Stark when he's playing Dr. Doom. You know why? In part because Dr. Doom wears a goddamn helmet all the time because he's so vain he doesn't want people to see his damaged face.
We don't know that yet.
I don't know
canonically.
That's fair.
I don't know if they'll have the balls to go full Dread, but if they do, I would be most impressed. If we literally never see RDJ outside of the mask.
You're going to see him within the first 5 minutes. I guarantee it. You're going to meet the character. He's not going to have it.
I'm saying once he's Doom. Once he's Doom in the suit, do we never see the mask come off again?
You'll see it off. I guarantee it. I'm calling it right now. They're going to.
I mean, that's not that big a leap to take there, Willie. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You show me one good Victor Von Doom on film, and
There isn't one.
Yeah, I know.
We haven't had one. But I'm saying, though, like Carl Urban,
no offense to the other,
did it in Dread. You can do the full character and never show the face and make it work for the movie and the character, and it's awesome. Though, I mean, I would also love the idea of them going down the line toward the Secret War, where they did the version of Doom where when he finally was unmasked and you saw the hideous face and it was like this tiny little scar. It was like just the smallest thing, and that's what he considered hideous, and that's why he'd hid his face for 50 years.
His vanity.
Oh, it'd be awesome if they did that because of his vanity. Yeah.
And we should also clarify that Secret Wars appears not to be an adaptation of the 1980s series that was effectively a glorious toy commercial, but more the more recent, oh my God, why did I just brain fart on the Jonathan Hickman story that he did in 2016? Was that Secret Wars? 2017, something like that.
Yeah, Secret Wars Battleground and stuff. Where in that
it was
one
just
you
Secret
had
Wars.
Well, it was, but they did Battleground in it.
Oh, I don't know.
That was where you had all the worlds fighting each other, and then you had wasn't it White Doom, where Doom had made a world where he took over Reed's spot.
Where he literally rips Thanos' spine out of Thanos when Thanos challenges him in this comic.
Yeah, because Doom made himself like an all-powerful god.
Yeah. So Robert Downey Jr. is going to show up. People are melting down on opposite sides of the spectrum because they feel that either it's desperation or Marvel's purpose. They could have gone some other route. And I'm like, if you want a good actor to play it, let's discount the fact that Robert Downey Jr. is already Tony Stark. You can't say that Robert Downey Jr. is not a good actor that wouldn't be able to pull off a convincingly interesting Doctor Doom. And let me step back a second. We took some shots there at the other Doctor Dooms. It's not the actor's fault necessarily. It's because of the way they portrayed the character in those movies.
How the writers
written
and why they were written like that. Might have been studio interference. I don't know. Whoever decided that Doom should act like that on whatever they did, especially as a fucking blogger, who decided that?
Well,
you need to be fired.
And Doom from the series before that one, was it Julian McMahon? I think who played him.
Julian McMahon,
yeah, he was really good. I just didn't like what they did with Doctor Doom for those movies. Like,
they just all of a sudden Doom has electrical powers. No, he's a space magician. Like he's tech plus magic. Like Doom is crazy.
Space magician? What? He's terrestrial. What?
Doom is everything.
He's not from space.
No, but
he's not a magic card that says all your cards are all other types at once. What?
Yeah, he is. He is. That's exactly what Doom is. Doom is whatever he needs to be. But he's sure as hell not just a guy that can shoot lightning. Like, that was so weird.
If he can do anything he wants to, how come he can't shoot lightning?
Because we're just a guy who shoots lightning.
Okay.
Here's what's going to come down to. It's going to be interestingly done, because let's be honest, they're not going to waste Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. can act like it's nobody's business. Let's be honest. He's incredibly talented and always has been. And his twist and take on Doom will be interesting. Does that mean he'll be Dr. Doom long-term in the MCU? Probably not, because I honestly think, like many others, that Secret War is going to act as a soft reboot of the MCU, which makes it real easy then to change up some of these characters with actors who don't want to play them anymore and replace them with other ones or fold them into the universe. That's what's going to be really interesting to see what happens after Secret War.
Yeah, they're going to use Secret War to do the reset I think they were planning with the King Dynasty.
Yeah. Other stuff we got from the Marvel panel: Captain America Brave New World. They revealed who Giancarlo Esposito was. There were a lot of people that were guessing. He is Sidewinder, who is the leader of the Serpent Society.
Oh yeah, that is a thing.
It is. And it's probably most notable recently as the thing that Robert Kirkman turned into the Lizard League in Invincible.
Let's see. Also announced for this movie, Feige said during the panel, this is an espionage movie, more in vein with the Winter Soldier than with the more recent MCU movies. So if they're trying to find the same tone as Winter Soldier, I think that could be interesting.
Hell yeah.
Thunderbolts showed off some first footage. We still haven't found out what the asterisk is. asterisk, I don't know. Whatever it is that's after Thunderbolts in the title. We haven't quite found out what it is, but we did see based off of Kevin Feige's hat, at least in the hat, that asterisk, wow, I can't say that word, was bullets that formed it. So cool.
Sure. Let's get Elaine on the movie. Sure, let's see it. Finally.
They got some Fantastic Four footage that was showed. There wasn't much there. They had the full cast of the Fantastic Four there, however. And a minor spoiler alert, this first look footage, which is not officially available online, but you can probably find it if you go look on Threads because they suck at taking down videos, gives you your first look at Galactus. And if you believe the rumors that have come about online that are from some fairly reputable leakers, but I don't know who originally sourced it, Galactus is a being that exists, for lack of a better term, across universes. There's only one Galactus.
Yeah,
this is how they're setting it up. It sounds like.
Why are they?
So that's not the important.
So that means in their own continuity, I'm talking comics too. That means that Scarlet Witch is no longer the solo Nexus entity. That is Galactus now in the MCU.
Willie, the movies and the comics
just make shit.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Hold on. The movie and the comic universes has never really been linked other than some asides and gags that kind of point to each other. To try and say that the movie universe influences the comic universe and anything other than, changing the origins of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver for rights issues
or changing Nick Fury to a black guy.
Well, that was done in the Ultimate Universe before they made
but
the
did
movies.
they use it to retcon the 616?
Was initially labeled as Earth. Jeez, why the fuck did they? Earth 199999. Why did they make it so big? Whatever. That's what it was. They decided to change it. The comics is 616, but they want to fuck it up.
Are we back on this again?
I'm never going to get off of it.
He never left it.
They're wrong. They are wrong. If you're going to go take all your time to do all this shit just to fuck it up now, go fuck yourself. Do better.
Really, more people watch the movies and read the comics, so they're going to do whatever they want.
Don't care.
I'm just telling you, that's how it is.
Do it right. If you're going to do it right. Just stop fucking around. Just keep things like that. That way, it makes it better. If you're going to keep it cohesive, keep it cohesive.
The movies are cohesive enough for them to make billions of dollars. So they're going to keep doing what they're doing.
First of all, fuck the movies, because the movies also have Thor the Dark World. So do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, because I want to know why Thor's crying.
Yeah, why is Thor crying?
No spoilers.
Why is Thor crying?
I'm going to keep my mouth shut, but I mean, you brought it up. I should just say it since you brought it up, but I'm just going to.
But we don't know. That's the question that keeps getting asked: is why is Thor crying?
I have something to say about that.
Well, we'll have to get to it next week because we can't do any more. All right, going back to the Polygon article, breaking things down. There was a panel discussing the Penguin series, and I guess the series takes place like weeks after the Batman. So we're pretty much. Very minor time jump from the Batman movie, it appears.
Yeah, and Penguin trying to take over Falcone's organization, which Colin Farrell as the Penguin is just awesome. I won't pay for Max, but I want to see that show, so I might wait for the season to end and get it for a month.
I might pay for Max because now there's the Disney Plus Hulu HBO Max bundle, and it sounds like AEW is coming to Max soon, so I might be doing that bundle. Yes,
I like it.
Willie, if I can not have to pay $50 a month or every other month for pay-per-views and buy that bundle to get my pay-per-view, totally doing it because that's cheaper.
Oh, wait, are they talking about doing the pay-per-views on Max like the way that
that's some of the rumors is that Peacock? The AEW pay-per-views would be on Max. Ooh. If that's the case, Max becomes very compelling. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go back to the Penguin.
Yeah, I do want to say about that. The Penguin wasn't really. I liked him in it. I like Colin Farrell in it, but I don't care about following the Penguin as a character through this world.
That's fair.
As the main character of a show. Sure, I'll probably watch it and probably enjoy it, but I just want the Batman too.
Remember, some of these things were put in place before Gunn and Safran took over at DC, because we have the Penguin series. We also have a Gotham City Police.
The GCPD.
Oh, the new one, not the previous one.
that's supposed to take place then. And the key is, I don't think we've heard Gunn or Safran really say anything beyond season 1 of either of those shows.
Yeah.
Because they were already committed to, so I don't think they could cancel them. And I don't know how well they'll be received, A, and B, whether that fits into the storytelling that they want to do. Because I honestly don't know if we'll get any more of the Batman after the second movie.
I mean, that first movie was so good. Regardless what the second one is or does, how it does, that first one's still amazing.
They did
so good. Best Batman movie. I don't care. Ooh. Best Batman movie. Sparkly Vampire Boy does it right.
Willie, this is a world where Batman Mask of the Phantasm and Batman Beyond Return of the Joker exist, and you're trying to tell me the Batman's better?
Oh, I know. Yes.
Oh, that's so wrong. You're wrong. You're so wrong.
I'm not wrong.
No, you are.
I mean, I would have cut some things out of that movie because it was a little bloated. I know the joke is
then you're already saying
but still. It's still the best Batman movie.
Kevin
Dark
Conroy's
Knight was bloated too. What the fuck are you getting on?
Hold on. Kevin Conroy's not playing Batman in it, so it can't be the best Batman movie.
I get it. I get the joke. It's like Die Hard being a fucking Christmas movie. I get the joke.
I'm not joking.
I know, but you can't have that. Like, well, if he didn't play Batman, it can't be the best Batman. Like,
why can't I
do that?
Well, why can't that be my criteria?
I think Return of the Joker might be unrealistic. My favorite ever.
Why.
I don't think. I think you are too readily discounting two amazing animated films.
No, I'm not doing that at all. I'm saying they're great. I'm just saying the Batman is better.
We will agree to disagree on that one. I enjoyed the Batman.
That's your thing is unrealistic because you're saying they can never make a better Batman movie ever again.
Yes. Yes, I am saying that.
How? That's unrealistic.
Because Batman Beyond Return of the Joker is quite possibly one of the most perfect superhero movies that has been made.
Yeah.
It has a Joker hyena fucking thing in it. Shut up. That thing was stupid. The whole Joker family or whatever the fuck they were and had that hyena thing.
You mean the Joker gang that was firmly established in the Batman Beyond TV show?
Yes, I'm saying from there. I'm not saying from the movie. From the whole iteration, that thing was stupid. I mean, it was good for the show, but not for a movie to take not seriously, but that thing was stupid looking. Hot takes with Willie.
I was going to say shitty takes with Willie, but that'll work too. I just messed with you. They also did confirm that Oswald Cobblepot will return in the Batman Part 2, which I know Willie is looking forward to. But will it be better than the best Batman movie ever of the Batman, as Willie puts it?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know.
Well, that's not realistic to say that something will be better than that one.
No, I'm saying it's not realistic to say there will never be one because of one person who did a voice for him.
I didn't say that. Hold on. I didn't say that Kevin Conroy was the only reason that movie was better.
You put it as a main reason, so I'm using it as an example.
Why can't it be a main reason?
So why can't I use it as an example for something you said? What?
It's a good reason.
So no one else can be Batman, is what
I did not say that.
No one's ever said that. There's going to be 100 more Batmans. No one else in my head will ever be the voice of Batman.
I said nothing was going to be better than those movies.
And I'm not trying to
Batman
discount
movies.
Kevin Conroy. That is not my intent. He was great. I'm just saying there are other iterations. Diedrich Bader is also pretty damn good at it too.
Sure. Yeah.
Michael Keaton was fucking fantastic. What do you want from me? Robert Pattinson, fucking awesome.
Sure. Right. But not Kevin Conroy.
Great. Val Kilmer, good too. Even George Clooney with bat nipples. He wasn't bad.
George Clooney was a better Bruce Wayne than he was a Batman. But that's
I'll give you that. Once again, that was on the writers for how they wrote the fucking movies. So it's not how they acted. It's like, they did pretty well.
Let's step back to Comic-Con here as I'm going through the list. They showed off a trailer for the new Section 31 movie spinoff that they're doing for Star Trek with Michelle Yeoh's character.
Yeah. The trailer looked good, but it seems like a strange concept to me.
I didn't watch Discovery enough to know what's going on, but I like Michelle Yeoh, so cool.
I mean, it's Black Ops Star Trek the way I understand it, which...
Yeah, I mean, that's what Section 31 is. They're pretty evil.
Yeah, sorry, I can't input this and be angry at this one. I'm not a Trekkie. or Trek. I don't know what the term
That's
is.
fair.
I don't know if one's
It
derogatory
varies.
or not.
They announced and showed
fanboys.
off the cast of the Starfleet Academy show. I think the most interesting thing to me is they're bringing back some actors from past Star Trek shows for it, including Robert Picardo as the Doctor from Voyager.
Oh, nice. The hologram?
Yeah, which makes sense. He's a hologram. You can be many years in the future and have him around.
Yeah.
Premiere date was set for Star Trek Lower Decks.
Is that the animated one?
Yeah.
Like the comical one?
Yeah, they showed off a preview for Strange New Worlds season 3, where they turned a bunch of the main cast into Vulcans, and they made Anson Mount's hair even taller as a Vulcan, which is kind of interesting.
What do you mean they turned them into Vulcan? They
turned them into Vulcans. Yes.
Trans species. Okay.
They inject them with something that was established earlier on in the show that was that when Spock split to a full Vulcan in half in a human form, or was that when he just went fully human by accident and they had to make him?
They could do anything in Star Trek, and it just makes sense.
It's Star Trek. They do it.
Yeah, no, I'm not making fun. I'm just saying, yeah, you can do that. It makes sense. That's just like how. Sure, it's just funny. Yeah,
Let's see. Why not? They showed off a trailer for Like a Dragon on Prime Video.
Like a Dragon Yakuza.
Are you okay there, Willie? You have thoughts on the trailer? I assume you watched it.
I've heard that the creator watched the first episode and he had to go take a cigarette break after it because it was so good.
Nice.
But I mean, if you know Kiryu, then that makes sense.
That's cool.
I cannot wait for it. October 20th.
It definitely looks
I'm gonna
good.
be busy that week, and I can't watch it the day it comes out.
Oh, I can't believe you'd let anything stop you from watching it the day it comes out.
I know.
That's just sad. I don't know, because I mean, like that trailer looked good. So yeah, I'm holding out hope that you're getting more Wheel of Time versus Rings of Power, because you can throw money at a series. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's great, but
I still have no idea. Good. Why is this the one they're doing after Fallout? Like, I mean, I'm happy they're doing it, but
who knows?
I don't understand Prime Video's.
How?
To be fair, it's what they're doing after the last season of The Boys, because that was between those. But
I mean, video game properties.
Okay,
they did Fallout, and now this is the next one after. That's what I mean, particularly. And I was like, sorry, there's such a choice. No, you're good. It's just a choice, and I like it. I love it. But who came? I want to know who came. I want to know the story behind that, because that sounds interesting. Who had the idea? Is like, we need to do a Like a Dragon show for Amazon.
Yeah, I wonder who holds the power of the green light over at Amazon Prime.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were
Bezos.
Well, technically yes, but who did he hire to do that?
I don't think Bezos actually greenlights anything. He's off spending money being crazy.
But he can stop it.
Who's actually in charge of like the entertainment section and decides what gets greenlit for Amazon Prime? Because whoever that is makes some interesting choices.
I cannot wait for that.
They hired someone to do it. I don't know who it is. Yeah, but hey, we're talking about Amazon Prime. Let's roll into that. We got some interesting news about The Boys and a potential spinoff. And I'm going to toss it to you, Bachman, because you had that one. Put it in the show notes specifically.
This one's hard because this news story is also kind of a spoiler if you haven't seen the end of season 4 of The Boys, because they brought everybody up on stage. As they talked about in this article from Entertainment Weekly, it was kind of a victory lap celebrating like the biggest moments of season 4 with, Eric Kripke, the showrunner, a bunch of the actors up on stage. Jeffrey G. Morgan moderated it. And of course they had Jensen Ackles there, Soldier Boy, one of everybody's favorites. And they did a video where it looks like he actually wasn't aware of something that was coming up, which it seems weird. I think it was just funny acting. But they had him announce it, that the new show is going to be called Vought Rising, and it's going to be like the creation of the company. And then, how'd they put it? Ackles teased the new series will be a lurid pulp prequel set in New York City in the dawn of the 50s about the humble beginnings of the Vought Corporation. And the way it looked in the video from the panel, if it's real, is that he didn't know that had been greenlit and that he was coming back as Soldier Boy for that. Even though we do know he will be back for season 5 of The Boys, because spoilers, if you haven't seen the end of season 4, 3, 2, 1, he's who they find at the end of season 4. Soldier Boy is still not dead. Homelander found his dad. So, oh shit. And then during the announcement, also he said, "I'll be joined by a co-star," and Jensen Ackles like, "Wait, who?" And like he turned and looked at the screen, and live from telecast, they had the actress who played Stormfront pop up and say, "Hey, I'm sorry I couldn't be there, but I can't wait to do the new show with you." And apparently, Aaron Kripke and the producers are like writing the episodes right now. And yeah, I don't know. Jensen Ackles played off as if he didn't know, like he knew he was coming back for season 5 of The Boys, but he didn't know he was going to be the star of Vault Rising. Which, if that's true, that's a hilarious reveal that you let the actor who's going to be starring in the show announce the show that he's going to be starring in. So who knows how they did it, but yeah, it was hilarious, and like he seemed super excited, and so now we get more of like the super racist Stormfront and Soldier Boy back in the 50s. Like it should be a fun, interesting show.
I mean,
Chris,
is she just a Nazi?
Yeah, she's just a Nazi because Vought's origin was the Nazis.
Which, I mean, the racism goes with Nazism, right?
Yes.
Fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
Nazi Stormfront.
I mean, the coverall is just Nazi. No one likes a Nazi. You neo-Nazis out there, why you do it? You know no one likes you. Stop
They all suck. But yeah, the show, it looks fun. Like, having just finished watching season 4 of The Boys, like, they've gone so hard at that show. They've done so much good stuff with it. I love the fact that they're going into season 5 knowing they're wrapping it up. And so Aaron Kripke can try to, kick that last ball through the goalpost and just land the sucker. And if he nails it, like, it may be, 5 of the best seasons of television, put together in a long time, especially of anything that's this vulgar. Like, it's hard to see something that's real. It's not often you see something that's really this good, that's also this vulgar and sexual and violent and ultra violent. Like, The Boys is just nuts, and what they've done with the show is awesome. So yeah, this one was cool to see. And I mean, yeah, more Jensen Ackles is always great. I love him as Soldier Boy. What if Captain America was an asshole?
The nice thing is this leaves the door open for Jared Padalecki to show up because Walker got canceled on the CW, so he does not have a show this upcoming season.
There you go.
So he could reunite with his Winchester brother and Kripke, who was the showrunner for like the first half of Supernatural, to do something on The Boys, which I think would be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I could see Padalecki definitely being a soldier, like in the crew with him in the 40s and 50s.
I've never heard of the show Walker. Is this a continuation of Walker, Texas Ranger?
It was a reboot
of Walker, Texas Ranger.
I think we talked about this one point in time, and I was like, why is it called just... So they just shortened the title. I think I remember that.
Yeah.
And
so
did Padalecki got like three or four seasons?
3 or 4 seasons.
For a while.
Never heard of it.
I think they greenlit a spinoff at one point too, before the CW sold.
A spinoff of
the reboot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? There's been weirder things.
Yeah. Okay, we're still talking about Prime Video here. I guess they showed off a trailer for the next season of Rings of Power. It's Lord of the Rings. I don't care, so I can't really speak to it, guys. Lord of the Rings makes me sleepy.
To be fair, that show just seems like diversity for diversity's sake.
I don't know what it is they missed on that show, but yeah, they spent all the money and it just...
Just look at the interviews beforehand, the premiere stuff, and it's like, I just see the companies just doing it to check boxes. They don't actually care about it. They're just checking boxes.
It could be.
Get out of here, Amazon.
Let's
see.
Except for Yakuza.
That one.
There was a panel for the second season of the Percy Jackson series on Disney Plus, I believe, where they said they're going to adapt the second book, basically Sea of Monsters. There was a preview for The Crow at San Diego Comic-Con 2024. Their reboot, their doing of it. James Wan showed off his Peacock horror series at San Diego Comic-Con. It's a series called Teacup.
Yeah. I'll watch that.
Sure. And what is it supposed to be, like an anthology, you said?
Centers on a few people who have a very unfortunate trip to Georgia is what it says. It's a Peacock horror story series.
I mean, anyone going to Georgia is going to feel that pain.
And then
drive through Atlanta and see how much fun you have.
This was it that they're showing in their recap here. They did start off with a story in their Comic-Con coverage of what DC isn't bringing to San Diego Comic-Con was that they didn't have a panel there, I don't believe, for their movie side of the house. But James Gunn, during Comic-Con, revealed the new DC Studios logo, which is the old bullet logo. Good for them because that's the most famous and best DC logo of ages. And evidently the Superman shirt that was just the S shield that David, I can't say his name, but the new Superman wears in Superman Legacy. They were selling a T-shirt of that, and it sold out super fast at San Diego Comic-Con. And evidently they're selling them now at Hot Topic. So if you have a Hot Topic around you, you can go get yourself a new Superman Legacy logo shirt.
Don't tell people to go to Hot Topic.
Hot Topic now is not what Hot Topic was when we were younger.
No, now it has Funko Pops.
To quote an MC Lars song, Hot Topic is not punk rock.
No, never was.
Never was, never will be. If you go there like, oh, look at me, I'm so pumped because I'm getting the stuff from Hot Topic. Aren't I so... No. It's all merchandising. They're shilling to you.
The best thing about Hot Topic is Seth Green in the 90s show.
And for those unaware and are watching on the video, when I talk about DC Studios going back to the classic logo, the bullet logo, I am showing it on screen right now. And evidently, Jim Lee has confirmed that they'll be going to that for the comic side of the house again, too, which is good because this is one of their most recognizable logos.
They never should have gotten rid of it.
Is it they used a bullet logo because of the outer circle and the inner circle? Because it looks like the back of a bullet?
Looks like the back of a bullet, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was used from 1976 until 2005.
I mean, I like it.
Yeah, it's classic.
I don't know if I like the font of the DC, but I mean, it's all right. The varsity lettering.
Yeah, but it's their best classic logo. They never should have got away from it.
Exactly.
It's like Marvel, when Marvel threw up the giant red M. It's like, yeah, we're done. We don't ever need a better logo than that. It's a giant red M. It's perfect.
Do you think Marvel copyrighted that red tint? Like Coca-Cola has their red copyrighted or trademark, whatever it's called.
They might have. It's probably called Spider-Man Red.
Would
be my guess.
But that is it for Polygon's article that was running down some of the biggest stuff. I'm sure we missed things. I'm sure there was a ton of stuff that was missed. This focused mostly on the entertainment side of things and not necessarily the comic book side of things. And there were comic announcements because I know the Blood Hunt stuff was wrapping up. They announced some new stuff for the Ultimate Universe.
Still read comics, though. Am I right?
And then there was
that was a joke, of course.
There's some new Spider-Man series about 8 ways to die or something like that, where he gets given 8 lives so that he can die in 8 different ways. I don't know. I didn't pay a ton of attention because I'm really kind of turned off on most of the main Spider-Man stories. Just suck right now.
Cat Spider-Man.
And I'm not sure.
Knives, baby.
I'm not sure that the new team that comes in is going to be much better, but it can't be much worse than the current state of Spider-Man.
And all the Invincible news wasn't much. They just confirmed that season 5 was greenlit already while they're working on 4, and then they showed the blue costume, which not a huge deal, but like if you know, and you know that costume is like, oh, bad days are coming. Bad days.
No, entertaining days coming.
Entertaining as hell. But if you're Mark Grayson, the shitstorm is on its way.
All the people who already sexualized that Viltrumite woman, they gonna learn.
They're gonna learn.
They gonna learn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mommy.
Those are the major items out of Comic-Con, courtesy of an article on Polygon.com. If you want to go read it for yourself to get more in depth on the things we discussed, check out our show notes, bit.ly/ATGN568. It will bring up our Google Doc where all of that is stored, and you can click the link in there that takes you directly to the page we were using to reference all that stuff. That being said,
just show again.
Well, you already do that. That being said, we'll get to the final segment we've got for you guys, a little bit called What I'm Into. It's our chance to share with you fine folks watching live or listening at a later date the geeky or nerdy things we've been getting into, because, hey, you may want to go check them out yourselves. And I will kick things off because my list is relatively short, as per usual, just because life's been getting in the way of things. I have been reading some comics here and there, just whatever I picked up on sale from Comixology sales on Amazon, because there's been some decent sales as of late. So I'd bought a bunch of stuff and my back catalog was huge. I think I most recently was reading some of the Heroes Return. So like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, damn.
Fantastic Four stuff that was really fun, though. I like the Fantastic Four. It's fun. I'm excited for the movie. I had to do some adulting yesterday, and I still have a bathroom in my house that's in the midst of reconstruction because of a water leak many months ago. I had to go buy a toilet. That was exciting, and that was fun. And I realized that as a man approaching the age of 40, who is no longer anywhere near my physical peak and arguably out of shape and fat, that me trying to carry in 112-pound toilet in a box that is like 44 inches wide into the house. That's very hard to do by myself. I did it. But then I was like, nope, it's just staying in the living room. The people that are going to be doing the reconstruction can take it up the rest of the way. It's out of my garage, out of my car. I did my job. I got it inside.
I wonder what is the percentage of people who have ever actually bought a toilet?
A pretty high percentage, probably.
I would say no. I would say probably pretty low. Have Bachman? Have you ever went to the store and bought a toilet?
2.
He poops real hard. Okay.
Sometimes the easiest thing to do is just replace the whole toilet. Then you don't got to worry about whatever happened to it.
The fuck is going on with your anus?
Well, he likes to eat a lot of beef.
I don't. Yeah, that's good.
And
point.
no fiber. And combine that with all the coffee, and it's just a mess.
Hey, Chris, can I make a recommendation for you?
Are we going to talk toilets right now? Is this toilet talk on ATGN?
Yes.
All right. There's a channel on the Gonna Geek Discord.
You ready to change your life?
Are you going to tell me to get a bidet?
You goddamn right.
Yeah, I got no problems with bidets.
It's going to surprise you at first.
Now, what I will say I did for this toilet, because I know you guys really care a lot about the toilet preferences of my home, is this is not just a regular height toilet. This is the 2.5 inch higher than standard one. So for someone like me who's taller, yeah, it's a comfortable seating position, I'm told. So toilet talk.
Those are awesome.
I'm excited. This is how old I am getting now. I'm legitimately excited about the toilet I bought.
No. As a fellow tall person, I hate having to bend my knees from like an acute angle to stand up. All you short ass mother. You know what? What's his name? Randy Newman had that song that got famous recently again, that short people song where he makes fun of short people. He's right. You short people got it so good. You try. I hope you have fun fitting in vehicles because I don't.
Look, I'm just saying it was legit a moment of excitement for me that it was a toilet that sits higher, because all the ones in my house right now are the ones that came here. They're the standard height toilets. And I was like, oh, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'll spend a little bit more. So I got something that works better for a man of my 6'4" height.
Now I do want to ask, how much weight did those 2.5 inches add? I wonder.
I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. And and here's the thing, and this is going to make me sound privileged or whatever. I don't even know what it costs, because I was like, okay, do they have one that's higher? Yes, they do. Do they have it in stock? Yes, buy. And I didn't pay attention. I was like, I don't care. I just want this toilet.
Hey, Bachman, you ready for this?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, did 2.5 inches make a difference? Did you feel the difference?
I don't know. It's not installed yet.
Oh, he will. He'll feel the difference.
I'll let you know if I feel the difference, Willie.
You feel that extra 2.5 inches? Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, he will.
I'm sure my knee joints will. Let's be honest here.
Oh, yeah. Once again, fuck yeah. Yeah, I'm done with the joke. You're right. Yeah, Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm so with you on that.
Also, other stuff I've been getting into, playing NCAA 25 on my Xbox. And then this one's just from a tech perspective is interesting, is I recently, okay, Ernesto in the chat room says size matters from what I hear.
Yep.
I'm told that's the case.
Yeah, I watched Godzilla 1998.
So last thing I have is I did a tech upgrade this week. Is they released the new version of the Galaxy Watch. I had a Galaxy Watch 6. I wasn't going to upgrade, and then I went and Steven was mentioning to me from the Gonna Geek show that he was thinking of upgrade, and I went and said, okay, how much will they give me in trade-in? And they gave me so much in trade-in for my Galaxy Watch 6 that it was like $50 to buy a new one. So I went $50 for a new one with no battery wear and tear. I'll do that. So I got a Galaxy Watch 7. Woohoo. But until today, I was hating owning it because there was a software glitch, so that when Bluetooth was connected to your phone, which is what you do for all of these things to push your notifications to your watch, it was burning so much battery, I could only have my watch last for about 10 to 12 hours before it needed to charge again. They just released a software update today. I installed that, I think, about 8:30 this morning. So it's been 12 plus hours, almost 13 hours at this point in time. My watch is at 81% battery now.
Nice.
So they seem to have fixed.
So it was a problem when it worked all day. Why are you needing to wear it for more than that? For more than 10 to 12 hours? What are you doing with it?
Willie, I wear my watch all the time because it has sleep tracking and stuff like that on it.
That's fair. Me personally, I hate jewelry except for the earrings because it's just like the old infomercial. You set it and forget it.
Okay,
thank you,
that's
Bronco.
fair. But part of the reason why I have this is for the health tracking and for sleep tracking and things like that. Get an idea of what I'm doing, and it would burn with the screen turned to sleep mode overnight, like 25 to 30% while I slept. And I was like, this is insane.
That's a little problem.
So they fixed it with a software patch that came out today, or software update, and that seems to have fixed the issue. And I have literally no problems with it right now. So for like the $50 upgrade that it was, I'm okay with it. That's what I've been getting into. Spending money on toilets and watches and adulting. Go me. Bachman, why don't you go next? What you been getting into?
We went out and saw Wolverine and Deadpool. I will just say I liked it, and I came home and was bored, so I shaved off my goatee and gave myself the Wolverine. So I'm spending the week just rocking the mutton chops.
Did you start saying fuck more often than normal? Because they say it a lot in that movie.
I mean, not more often. I say it often. But
you know what they say more than fuck in that movie?
Baby knife?
No, they mentioned sugar boogers a whole awful lot in that movie. So
White Girl Interrupted?
Woo! I was like, okay. I liked it.
We also they put Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning on Amazon Prime, so we watched that, which, oh man, sitting down to watch like a 3-hour part 1 is, sorry y'all, I'm doing that shit at home. That ain't for the theaters no more. But yeah, super interesting Mission Impossible movies, real fun. It's still kind of awesome seeing, Tom Cruise running around at 62 years old. Like, he's older than Wilford Brimley was in the Firm now, and yet still running around being crazy. So it was an entertaining movie. And then let's see what else. Doing a little bit of building on my Stormcast still from Skaven Tide. I finished the 6th Stormcast. So my group is getting built. I got, I think, 18 more to go. So it's taken me a while, but day by day, a little bit at a time. I think, if you're watching the video, you can see the row of them. The row of gray is growing on the desk. It's very small, but it's a row of gray soldiers. So it's growing. There's like 6 of them now. So yeah,
would you say
I keep
it's
adding
growing
to
2.5 inches?
Oh, more than that. More than that.
It's better than the toilet in that regard.
And then No Man's Sky finished. They've done that nice new update on the 5.0 where everything looks better. They added in, now that I put it on my my spacecraft, one of the best features ever is water jets. So one of the problems that you had in that game was you could not land on water. So you would go to a planet and it would be a mostly water planet. And I'm talking 99% water. And so you had to fly around until you found a small piece of land that was big enough that your plane could land on it so that you could step out and then scan stuff and survey the planet. And so they made it now to where you can just add jets to your plane and you go to a water planet, you just land wherever the fuck you want. Nice. It's such a huge update and it's ridiculous, but it's awesome. And then they finally started up the expedition as well, which this one's cool. They basically created giant alien bug infestations all over the worlds in all the different galaxies. And you land on a planet, you go find a grub. And if you shoot it, like a giant bug comes out from under the ground all pissed off and tries to attack you and sends more grubs at you. And you start the expedition with a new gun. So yeah, it's basically like they added Starship Troopers to No Man's Sky. Like it's fantastic.
It's a
you sold me on it.
Yeah, it's a super fun expedition. Like I think there's like 5 weeks to do it, and I did like the first 2 phases in like the first day. Like I just sat down and cracked out for like 8 hours. It was a blast. It's so much fun. And they also they added another feature too. If you save up nanites while you're doing, because when you start an expedition, like you appear on a planet again, just like the start of the game. You have a different gun, you have a different spaceship. It's like a restart, and then you do the expedition storyline. They added in a new bonus feature where if you go back to the space anomaly and go back to the expedition console, you can leave yourself gear, like supplies there. You can also use nanites to make a copy of your real game weapon or your real game spaceship. So I got my awesome Star Runner from the end of the last expedition, which I've got fully kitted out. It's got all the cargo space. It's got all the, extra distance for teleporting through the galaxies and warping, and you can literally go up to that machine and go, yeah, copy my old plane. I don't want the one I started this expedition with. And then bam, you're in your actual spaceship and just going forward with the expedition. It makes it so much easier. You're not trying to build up new cargo space on a new ship that you're just going to get rid of at the end of the expedition anyways. So it's a lot of those little tiny this would make things easier and more fun for the players that they've thrown in there in patch 5.0. Like, if you've ever thought about buying No Man's Sky, like, I guarantee you it is worth the $60 now. Like, if you go buy a brand new copy of it, pay the full price, it's worth it. The game is so great. And they've got like 10 more DLC like planned coming down the line. And they don't charge for any of the updates. So the game's amazing. That's what I'm going to get into.
Not bad. Willie, finish things up for us. What you been getting into?
Oh, shoot. I forgot I was supposed to do stuff.
I mean, you don't have to.
I got some disappointing news.
Uh-oh.
A listener of the show, my buddy Phil, we had a double feature day earlier this week. We watched two over-the-top ultra-violent movies. Ooh. First one was Dread. The next one was Punisher Warzone. I figured it was a nice little double feature, right?
Sure. That's a lot of blood.
Yeah. He didn't particularly care for Dread.
Uh-oh.
You don't need that type of negativity in your life.
I know.
Did you just end a friendship?
No, I'm not going to end a friendship.
You should.
He didn't mind. He enjoyed it. It was just disappointed. I don't know. I can't remember exact words, but it was like meh. And I was like, all right. He enjoyed Punisher Warzone a little bit better because I mean it is a different flavor, which I give you. Just my favorite part of that movie is when those meth head parkour guys are just jumping over the building, and that second one jumps over, and all of a sudden you see from the foreground a rocket just boom explodes them like
mist.
Where the fuck did that rocket come from?
Red mist.
It's like you're just sitting there watching. You're just watching them do parkour, knowing they're going to go do something evil, whatever, and then you just see a rocket just go. Shoo. Like, okay, that's my favorite part. That I watched that in theaters, and that part just got me so hard in the theater. I was like, I cannot believe that was just great. Did not expect it at all. And plus, that movie's just so over the top. It's great. I would have changed some things in it, but it's still greatness. And plus, was it Ray Stevenson?
Yes.
Yeah.
Super great Punisher guy. He even did that Marvel Superhero Squad, whatever that the little kid show one was. It was like the Avengers, but they're like all little chibi characters.
Squad.
He I can't. Why'd they hire him?
The voice of the Punisher on that show. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not against it. I'm just like, who thought this? I mean, you saw that movie. You saw how much violence there was. Like,
he also just has a great voice.
He punched out that guy's face. He had no face anymore. It caved in. Let's hire that guy for a kid's show for the same character.
He had a great voice.
I love it. But I'm just gonna stop it there because who needs this show to go any longer?
I guess that's fair.
It only needs to go 2.5 more inches, right?
Only 2.5 more. On that note, though, we are going to start shutting things down. A friendly reminder that right now we're streaming the show live every Thursday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time over at GonnaGeek.com/live. That is the streaming home of the Gonna Geek Network. If you're there right now, please go check out some of the other great shows on the network. There's plenty of other cool content to be found. And if you're there right now, feel free to come join us on the Gonna Geek Discord at GonnaGeek.com/Discord. There's a channel there for the podcast and every other podcast on the network, in addition to channels just for just for other topics such as movies and TV, video games, things like that. We have a really good community there. We have a lot of fun. So please come join us. You can heckle us about our poor takes in the All Things Good and Nerdy channel if you want, because we have poor takes from time to time.
But you cannot Jekyll us.
What about hide us?
Maybe.
Okay. Just as long as we've worked that out. So go check that out. Like I said, GonnaGeek.com/Discord. Before we shut this thing down, you guys got any final thoughts for the people?
Even though it's 2.5 inches smaller, your old toilet was still adequate, right?
I mean, I assume. I haven't gotten to try the new one yet.
It was still a good size.
I mean, you did all right. Made my knees hurt.
We all been there.
Yeah, I mean, just a consequence of being a taller dude. It is what it is.
That's my last words.
I can't wait to sit upon my new porcelain throne. That's all I'm going to say. My new porcelain throne. On that note, we are going to get out of here, and we will see you all next week. Bye, guys. Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, channel 3 of the Alpha Geek Radio app, and over at our network home at gonnageek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us atgnpodcast@gonnageek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGN Podcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at incompetech.com.